Hello students, in this video we will learn about the Pythagoras theorem. That is, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Okay, so as per Pythagoras theorem, in a right angle triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. If we have a right angle triangle like this, and we name it ABC, right angled at B, then it says that the square of the hypotenuse, that is AC square, will be equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is AB and BC. So AB square plus BC square. So this is Pythagoras theorem, and this is what we need to prove. So we have this diagram ABC, and we are given that in triangle ABC, angle B is equal to 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees ABC, and BD is perpendicular to AC. That means this is also 90 degrees, these angles. Okay, and we are asked to prove AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Okay, so that means this is the hypotenuse. AC square is the hypotenuse. The main angle is here. Remember, the hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle. So if this is the right angle, this has to be the hypotenuse, and these are the adjacent sides, that is AB and AC. And we need to prove that square of the two sides, sum of the two sides, is equal to the square of the third side, that is the hypotenuse or the longest side. So let's begin by proving based on what is given to us. So we'll begin first by proving two triangles similar, that is triangle ADB, this triangle, and triangle ABC. So we say proof in triangle ADB and triangle ABC. Okay, so if we need to prove these two triangles similar, we need to find certain things that are common between the two triangles. If you have a look, then the two things that I can see common is this angle. Okay, angle BAD in case of this triangle ADB is same as that of angle BAC, the bigger angle of this big triangle, that is ABC. Okay, so that way we can say that angle A is equal to angle A. What it actually means is, you can take this as just as angle A because there are no bisectors or there is no another angle that comes out from there. Or instead of angle A is equal to angle A, you can also write this way. I'll just write it and then I'll erase it. You can write it as, it is the same as writing angle BAD, that is for this particular triangle, and triangle, or you can say equal to angle B or CAB. So if you say BAD, then you'll have to take it as CAB. Okay, in both you have a look where the angle comes, that is in the center for both of them. Okay, so that is the main angle. BAD and B or CAB or BAC is the same. Okay, so this one angle is common to both of them. So I'll just erase this and I'll put, instead of this, I'll put over here common angle. Okay, what is the other thing that we see that is common to both of them? Angle ADB is 90 degrees and angle ABC is also 90 degrees. So both have another angle in common. So we'll say angle ADB is equal to angle ABC because both are equal to 90 degrees. and you can say angle B equal to 90 degrees and BD is perpendicular to AC. Okay, so we've got two angles which are equal, so by AA similarity we can get triangle ADB is similar, this is the similarity sign, is similar to triangle ABC, and reason you can say is AA similarity criterion. Okay, now that we have got these two triangles similar, we can say that the ratios, the sides are proportional, okay, in ratios. So if we have got to take the sides, let's see which sides we'll take. So we can take, when you want to take sides, always look at the triangles that you have taken. So let's say if we take AD, we have taken the first two letters of one triangle, so we'll take also the first two letters of the other triangle. So AD upon AB we can say is equal to AB, these two. So if we take AB, we'll have to take AC. Okay, and this we can put it as corresponding parts of similar triangles, CPST. Have a look at these sides that I have taken, whether they fall in this particular triangle or not. You can even have a look in the figure. AD is part of the triangle ADB upon AB. AB is part of triangle ABC. We have AB, which is now part of this triangle ABD we are discussing, upon AC, part of the bigger triangle ABC. So we have taken AD in the first case over here, and similarly in this we took the first two. Then we took the first and the last in case of the first triangle, and in case of the second triangle we took the first and the last over here. Got it? So that's how we get these proportional. Now that we have got this proportional as per similar triangles, we'll go further, and now we can multiply this, okay, because these are divided. When they go on the other side, they get multiplied with the numerator. So AD gets multiplied with AC. So we put AD dot AC. So dot means multiplication, and AB into AB will give us AB square. We can mark this as 1. Now similarly, triangle CDB is similar to triangle CBA. So in the previous case it was ADB and ABC. So starting from A going this way and starting from A going this way. This time it is starting from C going this way, CDB, and starting from C going CBA. So this is how you get. Now because they are similar, we can say, just like in case of this case, we can say DC this way upon BC is equal to BC upon AC by corresponding parts of similar triangle. AC into DC and BC into BC will give you BC square. We'll mark this as 2. Now we've got 1 and we've got 2. We've got 1 which says AD into AC gives us equal to AB square, and we've got AC into DC which gives us BC square. So but we need what? AB square plus BC square equal to AC square. So we've got AB square equal to something and BC square equal to something. Let us add the two up. Let us add AB plus BC square. So at least this part we will get. So adding 1 and 2, we get AB square plus BC square equal to, AB square is equal to what? AD into AC plus, what is BC square? AC into DC. Correct? This we get by adding 1 and 2. Now what is common between the two? AC, right? AC is common between the two. So we'll take it out. So if we take out AC from here, what remains is AD. And if we take out AC from here, what remains is DC with a plus sign. Now what is AD plus DC? Have a look at the figure. AD plus DC is nothing but AC. Okay, correct. So now AC into AC gives us what? AC square, and that's how we prove it. So we can continue writing this over here. And that proves your theorem, which says that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So this is the hypotenuse theorem proved. Okay, so just as a recap, we'll just go through it quickly. We are given this triangle with two perpendiculars where BD was perpendicular to DC, and we were told that angle B was equal to 90 degrees. So what we did first was we proved this particular triangle similar to the whole triangle, that was triangle ABC, and then we proved this. Then we assumed that this would also be similar to the whole triangle, and definitely if we go to prove, we will get it the same as the proving of this triangle similar to this big triangle ABC is the same way how you prove this triangle ADB similar to triangle ABC. But we don't show that to save on time, so we just say that triangle similarly triangle CDB is similar to triangle CBA. Based on that, we got their sides proportional, and when we added their sides, we got our final answer, wherein the square of the hypotenuse was found to be equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. As far as taking the triangles are concerned, how do you take the triangles? Because over here you have triangle ABC. In exam, you may have triangle XYZ or PQR, so there's no need to get confused. You don't have to memorize this word to word because the letters can change. So I would not like you all to get confused because of the letters being changed. What you need to just keep a mind on, which one is your hypotenuse, which are the other two sides, and based on that think over this. Okay, in our first triangle we need to prove both the triangles similar to the big triangle. That is the first job. Second part is to get their sides proportional. Now which sides? We need to make sure we need to get those particular sides which we require in order to prove this part, and for that we need to make sure that these two sides are coming. Okay, then you have this hypotenuse coming common to both of them, and you have these two sides also coming. So because in the end we need the squares of these two sides and the square of this side. So over here I chose the triangles in such a way that we got AB square. Even here I chose the triangle in such a way that we got BC square. Okay, now it is not just enough to get AB square and BC square. We need to choose the triangles, the orientation of the triangles in such a way that we get AC square towards the end too. So apart from getting AB square, see the sides that I chose, that was AD, okay, AD, and this whole side AC, and in this case it was DC and the whole side. So I could take out the whole side as common to both, and I got AD plus DC, which added up to AC, and when AC multiplied with AC, we got AC square, the third side, the longest side, the hypotenuse. So remember this way, this other sides other than the hypotenuse, we need to get it over here in the first and second equation as square of their sides. So if it was PQR or XYZ, you need to make sure first determine which one is your hypotenuse. Remember, the hypotenuse is always opposite to the right angle, and that's how you get this particular problem. I hope you have understood how to solve the Pythagoras theorem. Keep watching to learn more about triangles. Thank you for watching.